Hey everybody, welcome to part 13 of building the R2-D2 from Fanhome. Now in this episode we are going to be covering stages 47, 48, 49, and 50. So this is kind of a big deal. I've never gotten this far on a part work kit before. I've only ever done 2 of these, and of course I've had a lot of setbacks with this one, as you all know. But 50 is a big thing because there are 100 stages to this kit. So this is now the halfway point, so thank goodness I've managed to make it this far. So it looks like we're going to be working some more on the leg, because these are all leg pieces that we got going on here. And I'm really looking forward to the next set of parts, because that's going to be the dome. We're finally going to get R2-D2's dome on the next set. Alright, well let's get started on these. Here's the magazine for stage 47. Let's see, an Ewok extravaganza. Looks like the designing of the Ewok village. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look at all the actors that were playing Ewoks in there. That looks fantastic. Yeah, the Ewoks, I don't know. When I first saw that movie in theaters, I kind of thought they were a little too cutesy for the movie, and I don't know. Kind of started feeling more Steven Spielberg-ish at that point, but I still liked it, of course. Jedi droids. Some of these droids are from, I'm guessing, the prequels and also the animated series. And let's see what this is. Case study in... Yeah, see, I'm not really sure what a lot of this is. And like I said, I don't really read a whole lot of this. I'm mostly interested in the instructions. Some of the real science like this is, I find, very interesting. Self-driving trucks, those are pretty amazing. They've already done cross-country trips with those, and it's pretty fascinating. And they've had really good results with it, too. So left leg parts and fixing. So this will look like just a few little pieces we're going to be adding to the bottom of R2's leg. I'll be kind of glad to get done with these legs so we can move on to the body and the head. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Here are the parts that we get for stage 47. So we got the little boot piece for R2's leg. We got that nice little print right there. Nice metal piece for the connecting point for that lower section. That's that little plastic piece that goes around the leg. I'm assuming these plugs are for the other leg. We never did plug up the holes on the power pack, and they do have that angle. So hopefully that's what those are, because it's bothered me that we haven't filled those up yet. Then we got some more silver screws here. Alright, so let's get started with this. Okay, so bringing out the large leg piece here once again, we're just going to slide this piece, make sure that it's faced, let's see, which way is it? This way. This little round indentation goes on the top here. Bring this around like this. Alright. And then the next step is we take this big metal cuff piece, and you'll notice these holes right here. There's these little pins right here. So we're just going to match up the pins and the holes to these holes, like that. And then we're just going to take one of the larger silver screws that came with this particular batch of parts, and we're just going to screw this in here like that, and then we'll just put another one in there, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so there it is, and that's all there is to stage 47. Here's the magazine for issue 48. Let's see, first day in the studio. And some more stuff. Like I said, I don't really read a whole lot of this. Looks like there's some more original trilogy stuff going on there. Jedi droids, astromech droids. I do love the astromech droids. I think they look cool, even though they're not necessarily the most practical in their design. It's a dream of mine to have a full-size R2-D2 one day, whether it be a working version or just the a statue version that has lights and sound effects. That would be really cool. But man, they sure are pricey. Security and surveillance bots, very cool. And other real-world science. Now, I gotta say, this is one of those one of these stages where you do one thing. We're just gonna put that sensor in the shoulder, and that's it. And I hate these levels because you don't even do anything. These are such wastes. You know, once again, these companies stretch out all these stages to make it 100 stages when it really could have been about half that, or 70 stages maybe. So, in my opinion, these are kind of a waste of money, but you know, that's how these companies make money, I guess. This is the only piece that we get for stage 48. So this is the ultrasonic sensor. It's pretty cool, actually. It fits in R2-D2's legs. We did this for the other side as well, so it actually detects the walls, I believe. That way R2 won't bump into any of the walls. So we grab this piece of the leg again, and we're going to put this in this hole. Now you'll notice this little, it's like a little bed where that sits. So we're just going to fit that in here, and you got to make sure you kind of get it behind this little wall right here, like that. Okay, and it looks like the cord is supposed to go downward. Then on this side, we got to make sure we try to get this nice and flush. Now there's a soft rubber lip around that edge. See that? And it makes it a little bit tricky, at least for me to get this in here. Let me see if I can turn it a different way to make that fit in there. You can see how that moves around a little bit. Yeah, it looks like I almost had it. There we go. Oh, maybe. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that little ledge right around the edge right here, it's really soft, and it gets caught underneath that ledge right there. But it fits nice and flush once it's there, and I think you're supposed to actually have it turn more this way. Sorry, more this way. Kind of turn it a little bit, so it looks like it does in the instructions. See, it looks like it kind of sticks out a little bit right there. Guess I'll have to keep it turned up a little bit to make that fit. Alright, well then after that we just take the cord itself and just tuck it through this hole. That's where the rest of the other wires are going to go. Just like that. And then that's it. That's all there is to this. It's one of those simple steps. Here's the magazine for issue 49. Studio Direction. That was a pretty massive set at the front of Jabba's palace right there. Can't imagine all the work that went into making those sets. Those movies were really just so amazing. Some more of the prequel or animation type stuff going on here, which I'm not too familiar with. Ooh, that's an interesting looking droid. And farming robots. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Farming has really gone high tech, which is pretty amazing actually. Yep, that's very neat. And let's see, wheel mounting and axle parts. So we're just going to be screwing on the bottom plate. It's kind of another simple step for this. So yeah, alright, well I guess we'll get started on that. These are the parts that we get for stage 49. So this is that nice metal boot that goes on the bottom there. And then we have the ball bearing piece here. And then we also have, I think that's the axle to the wheel if I can remember. Alright, so let's get started on these. Okay, so once again we break out this part of the leg, and then we are going to put this on here. So you make sure that this round part here is on the inside like that. So you'll notice there's these pins sticking out here. Those are going to match up with these holes right here and here on each corner. So let me see here. Like that. Alright, and then we got 4 screw holes right here. So we're going to use the 4 smaller silver screws that came with these set of parts. Put them in here, just like that. And then I'll put the other 3 in. We'll take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so all 4 of those are in place now, and they're in there good and tight. So now we're moving on to stage 50. Here's the magazine for issue 50. A little more space. Looks like they're talking about Darth Vader there. Leaking the location. Oh yeah, that's when they were trying to film. They used that Blue Harvest name to try to keep looky-loos off the sets. But people were caught on pretty quick that it was a Star Wars movie they were filming out there. Let's see, more prequel stuff it looks like. Wasn't big on the prequels, as I've mentioned before. Servo motors. That's really neat. Yeah, I like the real world science stuff. And let's see, we're going to be doing the wheel, the left wheel and dome part. So yeah, see now I think we actually get a new panel in this one. So I think I've got a couple panel pieces now, and now that we're going to be getting the dome in the next set of parts, which is going to be really cool, we're going to be starting to add these in. It's kind of weird, they're added in with tape, but I think it's just a temporary way of holding them in until you put the main frame underneath it. So hopefully that won't be a hassle. But yeah, should be cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started on this. Here are the parts that we get for stage 50. So that's 3 components here that make up the wheel. This one here with the tread, this one side here, and then this one. This panel is really cool. I'm going to keep it in the plastic container that it came in, this thing, to protect it until we need it, because I don't want this to get damaged or anything, because it's got kind of a matte finish to it. You can see there's some scratches on it. I don't know if I can get on the light reflection. You can kind of see it in this area. It's not too bad, and I don't expect that these are going to be completely scratch free. There's some more screws here to put the wheel together, and you know, this tape is pretty cool. Now, I was worried about this. So when you put these panels onto the dome, you are going to, they're stuck on by tape. Like I mentioned, this is like double stick tape. So you're going to apply, you're going to take this part of the tape off first, and then you're going to apply it to the inside of the dome, and then you'll put this piece, once it's applied to the dome, you'll peel this part off, and then you'll put it on here, and it's going to attach to the end of the panels. So it's going to go on the end of the panels, like right here. But what's cool now, I'm guessing I think on the instructions they tell you to apply the tape to the dome, but I think some people have said it's easier to just stick it to the panel. I'll have to see when we get to that point. But one thing I'm really happy about is, see how there's a little hang over here? So when you put this piece down, at least you have a way to grip this off, the backing paper off of here. I was worried that it was going to be really hard. Even with tweezers, sometimes it's hard to do that. But they give you this little hangover, and that's great. It's on both sides. So it'll make it a whole lot easier to take that other piece of the backing tape off. So that was very well thought out, and I'm glad they did that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so we're going to assemble the wheel now. So we're going to start with this piece with the treads, and on the instructions it shows the side with this lettering. See that lettering right there? This side doesn't have it. Now, I don't know if it matters or not, but I'm just going to follow the way they have it. So we're going to have this piece here, and you'll notice these little pieces stick out. So we're just going to put those through these holes, all these 4 holes right here. Let's go ahead and align those up like that, and they just snap in, just like that. Nice and smooth. Okay, and then we flip it over, and then this piece. Now those holes, those lugs are sticking out now, and we're just going to match it up with these 4 holes. Like this. These fit really good. I remember when I put the first one together. That was really nice. Okay, so we're going to use the 4 longer black screws that came with this set of parts to put this together. Let's see, yeah, this side. Okay, just put these in here. Okay, I like that everything goes together with screws. It's just a whole lot easier. Once again, I do wish they would label the screws, but this particular assembly isn't so bad. So we're going to do 3 more, and then I'll show you what that all looks like. And there it is, all complete. This is a nice solid wheel. I like the way that feels. Alright, very good. Okay, well, there we go. That is all the parts for stages 47, 48, 49, and 50, and this is fantastic to be at the halfway point. Very, very happy to be at this point, and grateful to still be getting these parts. I'll be glad to get the legs done. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of ready to move on. Still going to have to do a few more things with it, of course, and the wiring and the whole bottom section of it. But we're making some headway on this, and we're doing some more of the paneling here pretty soon, which will be great. A few extra pieces left over, but yeah, I do love this build. I do love it, but hopefully there won't be any more interruptions in getting the parts. But in the meantime, I hope you're enjoying this build series, and if you are, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and have a good one!